Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bait and Tackle. Today we're going to do some swim baits. I've got these really cool new 4-inch AI molds, 4-inch swim baits, and we're going to do a couple of those. It's my first time pouring these, so let's see how they turn out. I'm just going to do, I think, maybe 2 colors, maybe like a pearl white belly with some silver flake, and then we're probably going to do some maybe like a darker pearl silver in the middle, maybe some black on top. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking like 2 or 3 colors. So let's see what we can do. Okay, I just wanted to show you these molds real close, just so that you guys can get a good view of these. I'll take the plate out here. There's a separation plate for the hook slot. I'll take some pictures of it later, just so you guys can get a better view. But so these are the molds we're going to do, and they're open pour from the top. So we're going to try, first, instead of doing anything fancy, like pouring stripes and stuff like that down the sides and whatnot, first I think what we're going to do is just do like a belly color, and then like maybe a mid-level line, and then possibly like a top color just to finish it off. And as always, I'm going to take my plastic, and it's got some air in it, maybe some moisture. I just had to shake them up real good. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into the vacuum chamber, and we're going to get all the bubbles out. Okay, so I'm putting the plastic in the microwave. I'm going to heat it up for about 2 minutes, and I've got 3 plastics in there, 3 containers. I got 1 that's already pre-made, and then 2 that is new plastic that we're going to add pearl silver, and then the other one we're going to add black to. So the idea is 1 layer is going to be the already made pearl white with silver flake, and then I think I'm going to do the pearl silver and then black on top. Okay, just took the plastic out. It's starting to gel up a little bit, which is good. I think what I'm going to do, though, just for safety's sake, is I'm going to add a little bit of heat stabilizer to each one, just so then that way we don't get any burn. I don't want any burn on these. Just a little bit on each one. It's just starting to warm up and sticky, which is good. Okay. Just get the heat stabilizer in there a little bit, and then this one mixed up a little bit. Starting to gel up. I'm just going to stir this one up one more time, just because I put that heat stabilizer in there, but I didn't really stir it up in there. Okay. Just go ahead and put all these back in. So the clear plastic's good. We're at about 350 right now. I'm heating up the pearl white still, because it still needs some time. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit of this pearl silver and put it in there, and let's give this a mix around and see what kind of color we get there. I don't think you need a ton of that color. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And if you want it thicker, you can just add more later. But that's a nice pearl silver color. I like that. So this one's good. We're probably going to heat this up again just with the color in it, so we're ready to go. And then this other one, we're going to do some black. And I think I don't want to go super, super dark, but I want to be dark enough to where it's, you know, fairly dark. So let's just start with 4 drops, and we'll go from there. Let's try this one. Just making sure I got the right knife here. Okay, so that was 4 drops of black, and it's pretty translucent. Let's mix this up real good. It's starting to thicken up a little bit too. Okay, so it's not quite near what I want it to be. I want it to be pretty dark. So I'm going to do a couple more drops there. And let's get that mixed up. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for. It's a little darker than that pearl silver, but we still we want it a little bit translucent, so that's good. That's perfect right there. Okay, so we're going to heat this guy up. This is the black knife. I'm trying not to get these colors mixed up together here. Got that. Set the pearl off to the side. I'm going to set the black off to the side here. And let's check on the pearl white. Yellowing a little bit, which means we probably heated it up a little bit too much, but that's why I put heat stabilizer in there for. So let's see what, it's not a bad color though, I still like it. Okay, so that's ready to go. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pour the bellies now. Nice and slow. And again, I just want to do the bellies enough to cover this hook slot. Let's go over to the next one. Fill it up, like I said, belly only. Just try to do the cavity over the hook slot. Okay. That looks perfect. So there's our pearl white. And the next one we're going to do is the silver. I'm going to go ahead and heat that up for 30 seconds. Okay, pearl just came out hot. So we're going to stir that up real good. Check our temp. 350, we're good to go there. Just going to give it a good stir. And then we're going to give it a pour. This one I think I want a thin line, and I want to top the rest of it off on the back. So I do want it in the tail. Yeah. And then the top I'm going to do black. So the black's almost like a little finisher. So let's see what we got here. Okay, I think that's good. Let's heat up the black one more time. But here's the black. We're at the right temperature. Good consistency. Dark black. Not crazy dark, but it's still a little bit translucent. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour this off as the finisher. And again, this is my first time doing the open pour swim baits. I've got some open pour baits that I've used before, but nothing quite like this. I think as long as you're slow, you take your time, I think it should be fine. So it looks good, looks great. So we'll let these cool off, and then we'll come back and check it out. Okay guys, I think these are set up enough. Let's see what we got here. This is the first one. First open pour swim bait I've ever done. Not bad, not bad. I think now, after seeing this, I understand why people use the hot plate to keep these warm. Then that way that plastic kind of meshes together. So I can see the lines in between, like I can see the lines where the plastic meets. So something I'll have to work on for the future. But for the first time, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm wondering if I go get a hot plate and we reconvene after, if that would help. I think that would make quite the difference. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go do that. I think I'm gonna go get a hot plate if I can. And we'll try to keep them heated up on a hot plate. Okay guys, I had to run over to Walmart to get this guy. And we're gonna try to heat these molds up and see if we can get the plastic to flow together. So I've got the mold sitting up on the hot plate now, and I'm heating it up to about 350. I want to see if maybe if I heat it up for a while that they'll mesh together better. We're just gonna try this. I mean, this is the first time I've tried this, so hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I was doing some research in that if you let these heat up and they stay hot, then you can pour the plastic in so that it maintains that temperature and the plastic meshes together well. So we'll try this. If this doesn't work, then we'll do it again with the molds on the hot plate while we're actually pouring the plastic. Alright guys, well, had them on the hot plate for a little bit. We're going to open these up. Probably did about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And heat them up to like 350. And that's a lot better than what they were before. The color doesn't look as separated now. Looks like it's come together very well, like it melted itself together. It looks like the tail still has a little bit of a crack there, but that's not bad. I can see some lines in there that I wouldn't mind trying to get rid of, but all in all, did a pretty good job. So the next step, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the molds back together. I'm going to put them on the hot plate and keep them at about 300 to 350 degrees, and then do the pours while they're hot. Hopefully that will help. I can see some like spaces here, some little gaps and stuff where it didn't fill in all the way correctly, and there's some little spots there where the colors join still. But all in all, it came out pretty decent. It did the white pearl belly like I wanted it to, with that gray, that silver pearl line, and then the black on top. So what I'd like to do, I think I'm going to try to do a little bit more pearl up toward, or pearl silver up towards the head there too, just to give it a little bit more. But what I'm like to do is I think I'm going to keep these off to the side for right now, and we're going to go ahead and close these back up, get these heated up. Okay, I think we're where we need to be. Heat up the pearl white real good one more time. Let's go ahead and do the bellies. Our silver after I stir it up one more time before we go. There we go, the silver. Silver for this one. color up the black. Alright, so we're gonna let those sit here for a minute on the heat, and then I'm gonna cool it down, or we're gonna let them sit and cool for a little while. See how it goes. So I just opened up the mold. The one on the top is the one we just poured. I poured 2 of those, and it ended up mixing the colors. And it kind of got stuck together because some of the plastic ran down in between where it really shouldn't have. So with pouring it with it being hot, with the mold actually hot, it actually kind of made it worse because now all the colors are mixing together. I do notice that with it being hot and this type of pour, everything is really smooth and it looks great. So as far as the actual bait itself, this way, remember I poured this cold and then I heated it up, which did make a difference. I mean, it definitely helped with making everything put together, but I could still see some cold lines and stuff in there where you could see where the plastics meet. So not gonna go to waste. I'll probably still throw these anyway, but good to know for next time. So as a first time, not too bad. So we'll probably do it one more time just to see. Third time's a charm. Well, we did round 3. Let's see how they turned out. So this time I applied heat to the molds, but not as much. So they were a little less heated. They came out okay, but I think they came out a lot like the first batch, where the line, you can see the clear lines. You can see the lines in between the different layers of color. So, for example, if you guys can see that real well, but see the lines, try to get that angle, but you can see the lines and it didn't really fill in right up here in the tip. So I gotta find that happy medium of what heat setting to set it at. Again, this was too hot because the colors started to mix. So, and I put some eyes on these just so you guys could get a little bit better visual of them. I mean, this came out nice, it looks natural, but I wanted the colors to be separated. So, we'll just keep trying. I mean, practice makes perfect. I mean, these won't go to waste. I'll still use them. So, but that was when it was too hot. So this is too hot, and these apparently is just too cold. And then I reheated these ones up with these eyes before I took them out, like heated them up on 350. And that seemed to help a lot. So maybe leaving it on that heat, I think that filled in a lot of the gaps. But I gotta find that happy medium where maybe I need to get these things heated up to, like, 300 degrees where they're just, when I pour the plastic in, it starts setting up a little bit. Then that way it won't mix, but it still makes it hot enough to where, you know what I mean, everything will fill in the gaps good. And then maybe after I do them, crank it up to 350 and let them set for a little while, and just let them sit here and bake for a little bit, and then take them off the heat. So I've just got to play some games, but I'll get there. Practice makes perfect, like I said. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. We did some swim bait making of the 4-inch swim bait. Hopefully I can get some better understanding of how to do that and have the colors blend a little bit better. Again, I did it too hot where they mixed too much, and then I did it apparently too cold where the colors separated too much. So I need to find that happy medium. So I'll figure that out. I'll get some research done and do some more practice with it. But for this one, I mean, they came out okay. Want to show this one, Lily? This was the one that was too cold right here. And so you guys can see that. And then and this one was too hot. The colors mixed together too much. So great time we had. Really helped me a little bit in between, but this was the mold. It's an AI 4-inch swim bait, and it's an open pour at the top. So one thing I'm not really a pro at yet, but I'll get there. So that's it for this episode, guys. And like I said before, please like, subscribe, comment, share this video. If we can, I'd like to do a giveaway. So we will do that once we hit 100 subscribers. And remember,
keep on baiting.
Keep on baiting.